Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back inside Service Credit Union Place here in St. Albert, Alberta, as we get ready for game number 16 of the John Reid Memorial Tournament. This is from the Andiamo Electric Division, and it features Rink Hockey Academy Kelowna and the Humboldt Broncos. Starting lineups beginning with Rink Kelowna. First, number 26, Brady Walker. Number 29, Kieran Fadoun. Number 71, Theo Salikov. Number 74, Georgios Pantelis. Number 5, Owen McCarthy. And the goaltender is number 88, Calder Barry. For the Humboldt Broncos starting lineup, number 17, Brendan Jones. 19, Beckett Hamilton. 14, Cameron Jacobson. Number 5, Colton Vidres. Number 6, Merrick McIver. And the goaltender is number 30, Wyatt Fleischhacker. Big shout out to our feature sponsor, San Rufo Homes. Let's get this one on. A Salikov going for it right off the opening face-off here. This is a matchup between two teams who are 1-0 on the tournament, both picking up wins yesterday. So this one will go a long way to determining who will finish first in the group. And the first of two games for both of these teams on the day. Humboldt defeating the Canadian Athletic Club yesterday. Meanwhile, Kelowna were victorious over Burnaby Winter Club. And now Kelowna gets a 2-on-1 with Fadoun leading the way. Fadoun shot stopped by Fleischhacker, and the rebound bounced back to him. Wyatt Fleischhacker out of Humboldt's played in 8 games so far in the regular season, a .368 goals against average, an .858 save percentage, and 1 shutout for the Humboldt netminder, helping to lead the Broncos to a first place spot in the Saskatchewan AA Hockey League's North Division. They're 15-4 on the season. And again, a reminder, if you're watching from outside of Saskatchewan, there's no AAA hockey at the U15 level in Saskatchewan. Everybody considered a AA, and that's the highest level. AAA comes at the under 18 level, as Fleischhacker made another stop there. Kelowna piling on the pressure early on, just 44 seconds in. Shots are already 3-0. This time the Broncos win the draw. Battling for it there was Brody Gillespie now for Kelowna. Taking over here is Merrick McIver. Plays that one across. Bank pass ahead to Cohen Harris, wearing number 11 in white. Broncos with those white unis, a little bit of green and yellow trim. Kelowna in the predominantly black, a little bit of red and white trim as well. In front, a good save by Fleischhacker as he denied Benjamin Botel. Another shot that's right onto Fleischhacker. Maybe doesn't see it till the last second, but got the paddle down in time. Early indications is this Kelowna team is quite strong, as they've started off with 5 shots on goal here in the first minute 25. They're third in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League. 15 wins, 3 losses, and an overtime loss on the season. They score a lot. They've scored the second most amount of goals in that league with 134. Broncos score a lot too. They're second in the Saskatchewan AA League, 125 goals on the season. Worked into the high slot, poked away. Here's Carson Ekstrom for Humboldt. He dumps it in and tries to chase it himself. Going back to retrieve it is Brock Heidecker. Held in at the line here by Dryden Ekstrom, and that shot is going to be held on to. First save for Calder Barry between the pipes for Kelowna. The Vernon product has played in 11 games in the regular season. 279 goals against average, 876 save percentage, and a shutout for double eights between the pipes. Kelowna control this face-off. Dryden Ekstrom couldn't hold the zone, and here comes Joe Aginla, number 13 for Kelowna. Trying to wrap that one around. He was denied. Heidecker at the point. Lets a wrist shot go. It's wide of Fleischhacker. Hustling over to hold the zone here is Aaron Zolnick. Or Zelinik, pardon me, 24. Aginla behind the net. Heidecker shot. Fleischhacker the save. Covers up, no rebound available this time once again. Kelowna is putting everything on goal so far. Face off to the right of Fleischhacker. Fadoun's line will take the ice. Humboldt control off the face-off. Aggressive forecheck, though, and Shapitka wins it back. Shapitka working his way out front, goes to McCarthy at the point. McCarthy, wrist shot, scored! Drifted one in that went over the glove of Fleischhacker. And Owen McCarthy gets Rink Kelowna on the board just over 2.5 minutes in. Owen McCarthy just fired one from the points. I'm not sure if Fleischhacker completely saw it, and it beat him up and over the glove. 1-0 for Rink Kelowna. Humboldt with some work to do now to get back into this one. It's been all Kelowna to start. This pass won't connect, and the icing will give Humboldt an opportunity to have an offensive zone face-off. Maybe they'll be able to get something off of this, a little momentum going their way. Going to send out the line centered by Beckett Hamilton. He's got Caden Stroder and Cohen Harris on his wings. Hamilton won it back to the point. This is Jacobson. Hamilton again, threw it in front. It's going to bounce all the way back to the points. And looked like Colton Vidras wanted to take that shot, but it's taken away from him.
The assist to number 71, Theo Salikov.
Theo Salikov getting the lone assist on that goal.
From Salikov at 17:25.
Here's McIver. Watched closely there by Botel. Hit thrown there by Maddox Ganda. Back at the point, Pantelis swings it across. Quick shot there. Fleischhacker will stick that one up and out of play. Again, first of 2 games for both of these teams here today at the John Reed Memorial. Only played once yesterday. Everybody will have one day where they play twice and one day where they will play once before the playoffs begin tomorrow. McIver flips that one outside the zone. Taking over there was Cash Leonard. Pinned up against the boards. Kelowna trying to get this thing in, and Humboldt will take over. Here's Ekstrom. This is Carson Ekstrom. Dryden plays on the blue line. Carson plays up front. Boudel. He got bumped, trying to make a nice little move. Keaton Verhoff, the Fort Saskatchewan product, on the puck now. Homecoming for him. Slung it across, looking for Gillespie. That's taken away. Back the other way come the Broncos. Pass ahead there is off the stick of Preston Hoppy. Verhoff back to retrieve it. Little touch pass forward. Bodel banging away, trying to get it to neutral ice, and he has. Now here comes Waltz. Waltz cutting into the middle. That one's poked off his stick. Iginla charging hard off the bench. Battle behind the net. Dane Bucher for Humboldt, number 8, trying to win it. Comes now to the far corner. Dryden Ekstrom battling with Iginla. Rink, a good forecheck here early on in this contest. Not even 5 minutes in. Pass in front will go right through everybody. And Heidecker has to retreat to the neutral zone. Zelenik. This one's going to go off the stick down the ice. No icing though. Iginla wins the puck back, throws it in front, backhand shot. Smith looking for it again, and another save for Fleischhacker. And it looks like Fleischhacker just knocked the net slightly off. So we've got another whistle. Shots are 11-2, and we've played 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Rink leads 1-0. That last chance coming from Cage Smith. He's out of Brooks, Alberta. Linesman didn't like how the Broncos were set up there, so they'll need a new face-off guy to take it against Fadoon. Looks like it'll be... Brendan Jones was standing there, but now he's not going to take it. It will be Hamilton. Face-off controlled again by Kelowna. Good pass. Shapitka just missed upstairs. Great look, and a penalty coming up here against Humboldt. And so Kelowna's going to go to the power play. It's a head contact penalty, and it will go against number 15, Dryden Ekstrom. So first power play of the game will go the way of Kelowna. Just a 2-minute head contact minor. During the regular season, Kelowna's power play operates at 25%. Humboldt's penalty kill clicking at about 88% during their regular season play. Iginla mans one of the points here. Got some help there from Pantelis. Pantelis has it again. Dishing off, number 17 is Gillespie. Left it for Iginla. Return feed, Gillespie back between the legs looking for Verhoff sneaking in. Pantelis to Iginla. Joe Iginla fires off the outside of the post.
2 minutes for a head contact. Time of the penalty,
30 seconds gone in the power play as Rink continued to work it around. Here's Iginla. Down to... Here's Pantelis now. Iginla got it back. Walks around one. Takes a sharp angle shot. That one didn't miss by very much either, but it will carry him all the way back out to neutral ice. Picked up by Pantelis. Bank pass broken up there by Vidres. Gillespie in over the blue line. Quickly across from Verhoff to Iginla. Back to Verhoff. What a save by Fleischhacker. Outstanding kick and got across to make a pad save on the Rink captain. Verhoff to Pantelis again. Kelowna working it around. 45 on the power play. Iginla trying to cut around Vidres. Wasn't buying that. Gillespie. Verhoff. Pantelis. That one was deflected, and it's going to allow Humboldt to get a clear and maybe a chance for Bucher. Dane Bucher flying in shorthanded, and he was just hooked at the last second by Pantelis, and a penalty coming up. Will it be a penalty shot? No, just a holding minor here. I think that's a pretty good penalty for number 74 to take. That's Pantelis. Bucher really turned on the Jets there at the end of a long penalty kill shift. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 23 seconds, and then the Broncos will go to work on the man advantage. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Calder Barry. Broncos control. Smith is in a battle there with Liam Reeve. Eventually Kelowna will take over. Bodel dropped it for Smith, but offside is the call. So we've got 9 seconds left until Ekstrom returns to the ice. Faceoff will be just outside Humboldt territory on this near side. Smith facing off with Stroder. Controlled by the Broncos, and making his way forward is Rory Dewar, number 9. Heidecker will get it all the way down the ice now that Kelowna are short. Humboldt's power play during league play scores 1 every 3 times, 33.3% on the year. Kelowna's penalty kill, 87.3% in their regular season play. Making his way forward here was Beckett Hamilton. Heidecker takes it back and clears to neutral ice. Bucher. Now to Cameron Jacobson. Dropped it back to Bucher. He's winding it up again. Here he comes. Gets around Heidecker. Goes for a skate behind the net. In front one-timer. That one just deflected off a skate. Bucher at the point again. Pass across to this near side, just out of the reach of Jacobson. He'll find Bucher up top. Wrist shot blocked in front there by McCarthy. Bucher once more threw it to the opposite corner. McCarthy gets there. He's bumped by Jones. Harris now also has him pinned up against the boards. So McCarthy's killing off a few more seconds. Got about 25 left in this Bronco power play. Good work by McCarthy against the wall. Finally, the puck is fished free. Fired on net, took a deflection, and Barry was able to find it and cover up in time. Took a little bit of a weird bounce there off a Rink player. Barry, though, was sharp and made the stop. Face-off off to his left now. Line centered by Harris is out there for Humboldt. Bucher dishes off. Hamilton across, and that shot there from Harris. It was a sharp angle. Didn't quite get through. Bucher up top to Harris, and a return feed. Bucher wrist shot, looking again for that one-timer. Hamilton back to 5-on-5 now, so both teams 0 for 1 on their man advantage chances. Verhoff, nifty take of the puck there. Stopped up in the neutral zone, and now Kelowna will get it deep. Backtracking here is Jacobson. Stolen from him on an aggressive forecheck. That's Brady Walker doing good work. Sends it back to the blue line. Now Verhoff. Soft dump into the corner. Cruz Waltz. Verhoff. That shot well wide. It will ricochet all the way around. Cash Leonard to Verhoff. Passes it up ahead to Waltz. Waltz cutting in. Spins around, drops it off. Iginla shot, stopped by Fleischhacker. Rebound gathered in by Hoppy. Trying to stretch that thing for Carson Ekstrom. Got a piece of it to negate the icing as we're past the midway mark of this opening period. 1-0 Kelowna. Shots are 12-4 in favor of the Rink kids. Dryden Ekstrom banks this one around for Vidres. And this one could go for icing, and it just has enough on it to get over the goal line. So the faceoff coming back into Bronco territory. John Reed Memorial Tournament would like to thank Skybox Grill for being a food sponsor. Got a nice little lounge here at Service Credit Union Place, which has been a fairly popular hangout for a lot of the parents between games. Broncos win the face-off, but first on it there is Bodel behind the net. Bodel to the blue line. Across to Pantelis. Pantelis fires, glove save made by Fleischhacker.
John Reed Memorial Tournament would also like to thank our feature sponsors, San Rufo Homes.
Rink just working the puck around there as they won it off the lost face-off. Shot from the point from Pantelis. Jones wins the draw. Bodel to the net, and he didn't get a good shot off. Rory Dewar, pass ahead. Puck deflects now to Jones, but Leonard takes it away from him. Leonard banks it around the boards. Picked off there by Dewar. Goes back to the point. Wrist shot is blocked in front. Bodel looking to get this thing clear, and he has. Battling there with Ekstrom. That's Dryden. Ekstrom sends it back to Landon Wegleitner, number 4. Gillespie to Verhoff, and across to Leonard, kicking at it. Bodel just got it in over the blue line, but the Broncos quick to win it back. Here's Bucher. Bucher again winding it up, the captain for these Humboldt Broncos. That shot was blocked. Walker. Bucher has it again. He just trying to give it back to him, but Verhoff, picks that off. Verhoff giving chase here. Going up against his opposite number, Liam Reeve. Verhoff comes away with it. Looking for a passing option, couldn't find one. And that puck will bounce back to center ice. Zelenik under some pressure here. Get some help from Shapitka. Now Zelenik has it back. Heidecker up the boards for Walker. Pinching down is McIver, trying to keep things going for Humboldt. Walker knocks it ahead. Taking over was Reeve. Quickly played forward. And Salikov will dump it in. Fleischhacker leaving it for Reeve. Bounces over Zelenik's stick. Waltz back to retrieve. Turn that one over, but fortunately for Kelowna, there were some Broncos caught offside, so they couldn't go on a quick counter. Pass comes to this near side, right into the middle. Good save there by Barry. His best so far of the contest. Another shot from Shark Bangle off the outside of the net from Hamilton. Hamilton's got it again. going into the offensive zone. Stroder with them. Hamilton couldn't cut through a couple of black shirts there, and quickly back the other way come Kelowna, but that pass just out of the reach of Waltz, and will go for icing with 7:58 to go in this opening period. Shots 14-5 for Kelowna. Does look like Humboldt is starting to settle into this game, though, a little bit more. Kelowna came out of the gates absolutely flying. Broncos will send out Bucher's line here. And he won the face-off. Touch back to the defenseman. Now it's with Hoppy. Waltz pass ahead just out of the reach of Iginla. Did get a piece of it to negate icing. It's on Fleischhacker anyway. So he will cover up. Face-off will be just off to the right of the goaltender for Humboldt, Wyatt Fleischhacker, who's made 14 stops now. In the opening frame, Gillespie to center line for Kelowna on the offensive zone draw. Bronco is able to control it, and this is Jacobson. Got it to Carson Ekstrom, but it's taken away from him. That pass just out of the reach of Ganda. Maddox Ganda from Trail. Still digging around for it. Bodel, Gillespie to the net, sharp angle shot. Fleischhacker able to do enough to hold on there. Pinned right up against that post. Taking away the short side angle. Gillespie's line is going to stay out there for Kelowna. Brody Gillespie out of Vancouver, Washington. Just across the border. 23 goals, 22 assists for number 17 on the season, and was looking for another one there, but Fleischhacker wouldn't allow any rebounds. Bodel to take the face off this time, won it cleanly. McCarthy fires. That one is right into the crest of the goaltender. So we'll just line everybody up and do it all over again. Owen McCarthy, the goal scorer, also out of Trail, BC. 0 goals in league play for McCarthy, but he's got one here at the John Reed Memorial. Bodel fires. Getting in the way of that was Jacobson. Bodel finds it again in the offensive zone. Crafty little players, number 9 for Rink. Walking out front and put it wide. Hit a leg and came right back out in front, and Ganda's shot will be covered up and held on to by Fleischhacker. Not sure Wyatt Fleischhacker was expecting this much of a workout so early in the morning. I suppose it is almost now noon in Saskatchewan. Big shout out to everybody joining us from the 306, and of course everybody too from the BC interior and beyond. So glad you could be here on Hockey TV for coverage of the 44th John Reed Memorial Tournament. We'll be here with you right through the finals on Sunday. Verhoff holding the zone, lets that one fly, rebound available, and it's cleared away by Humboldt. Leonard hustling back as chasing him is Harris. Verhoff now taking over, pickpocketed by Stroder, but he's able to win it back. Smith. Waltz moved it on to Iginla. Joe Iginla to the net looking for a deflection from Smith, didn't happen. There's a hit into the boards. Smith getting up. Puck comes back to the point. Leonard fired, tipped in front. Fleischhacker was sharp there. Verhoff holds the zone. Keaton Verhoff dishes off. Iginla shot glove save made by Fleischhacker. That's save number 22 in the opening period for the Humboldt netminder. We only have 6 minutes left until he can get a bit of a breather. Kieran Fadoon centering this Kelowna line. Shapitka worked it back to the point. Zelenik further down low. Walker gets pinned up against the boards. Battling there with Reeve. Those two continue to scrap it out from the side. Zelenik plays it back down low, kicking at it there. Back to Zelenik. Fakes, walking in. Zelenik shot stopped. Reeve will try to play it around. Instead, get some help now from Hamilton. Off the glass, this one will come out. Heidecker back. Carson Ekstrom watching him closely. Pass broken up by McIver. Now Hamilton. Back up ahead to Ekstrom. Broken up, it's on the stick now of Walker. Zelenik's pass off the stick there of Fadoon. Jacobson's pass. Trying to reach it here is Ekstrom, but Zelenik's going to get there first. Ganda to Bodel. Bodel trying to get around Jacobson here. Does a good job of angling him away from the net. Bodel trying to spin away this time. It's good defending from Jacobson. Still Bodel, though, on the puck. Gets some help from Gillespie to the point. McCarthy to the net. Tipped just wide. Bodel's got it again below the goal line. Shoves off Jacobson this time. Benjamin Bodel out of Lake Country, BC. Pretty impactful here in the opening period. Still on it here. He's forced outside the zone. Ganda touched it, and offside is the call. Faceoff will be just outside of Bronco territory here. Faceoff is going to be controlled here by Kelowna. Walt's shot was blocked. Bouncing puck. Iginla stepped into it, and it's right into the chest once again of Fleischacker. Joe Iginla is the leading goal scorer in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League. He's got 30 goals in the 19 games Kelowna has played. And yes, he is, of course, the son of former St. Albert Raider Jerome Iginla, who is the head coach of this Rink Kelowna squad. So a homecoming for Jerome. Of course, he's got a rink named after him here where the under 15 Sabres usually play. We'll see the Sabres in the next game as they take on Okanagan Hockey Academy Edmonton. Cash Leonard's shot from the point is once again stopped and held onto by Fleischacker. That's save number 25 in the opening period. Face off to the left of the Humboldt nets. Iginla's line will stay out there. Iginla wins it forward. Trying to wrap it around. Fleischacker, the save still available. Loose puck will come back to Verhoff. Fakes, walking in, shot. Fleischacker again steers that one aside. Iginla taken away from him and finally worked out here by Humboldt. Dewar giving chase. Leonard's back on it. Dewar stumbles in his pursuit of Leonard. Verhoff, bank pass. Broken up in the neutral zone. McIver under pressure from Smith. Iginla comes in to help out. Here's Joe Iginla. He's taken down. That's a penalty. Pretty much a football-style tackle there by Beckett Hamilton, so he will go to the penalty box. Kelowna will get their second power play of the game. Hooking is the call from our official. Kelowna will start with Ganda, Bodel, Cage Smith up front. Heidecker is on one point, and McCarthy is on the other. That's their power play unit to begin here. Humboldt able to get this one all the way down. Calder Berry has been mostly a spectator for the majority of this period. McCarthy. Heidecker dumps this one in. Trying to race onto it there was Ganda. He's pinned up against the boards by Ekstrom. That's Dryden Ekstrom. McCarthy dishing off. Caught in the skates of Smith. Bucher looking around for it, trying to get a steal, and he has. And the stick is chopped out of his hands. Otherwise, he may have given McCarthy a pretty good challenge there in a foot race. McCarthy watched closely by Harris. Works it over to the other side as Heidecker makes his way forward. Brock Heidecker out of Kelowna. Still battling for it. And then when hit, Stanchion took a weird bounce back to the neutral zone. 50 seconds left in this power play for Kelowna. Verhoff. Still dancing with it in the neutral zone. Connects with Iginla. Stops up, left it for Pantelis, and he will play it around the boards. Waltz was waiting for it. Gives to Iginla, back to Pantelis. And across for Hoff, one-timer. Just missed the net. Waltz tied up with McIver. His clearing attempt hit a skate. Pantelis will keep it alive. Iginla, oh, nice move there. Iginla on his backhand. Verhoff follows up and scored. Caden Verhoff, right place in the right time. He buries it, a power play goal to make it 2-0 for Kelowna. Well, Joe Iginla did a lot of the work, and when the puck squirted loose, Keaton Verhoff knew exactly where to be. Power play goal late in this first period will extend Kelowna's lead to 2-0. And a dominant first period performance here from Rink Hockey Academy Kelowna. Humboldt will need to get to the dressing room here, just down a couple, see if they can't figure something out before period number 2. All fall down below the goal line. Fadoon looking for it. And the penalty is going to be assessed now. Hooking is the call. And going to the penalty box, looks like it's going to be another power play for Kelowna as Liam Reeve will go for hooking. So third power play of the morning already for the kids from the Okanagan. This one would carry over to the second, of course, if there are no goals. Minute 6 left in the period. Pantelis up top. Dishes to Iginla, walking in. Iginla looking for a tip in front, and it just missed Gillespie. Verhoff pinned up against the boards by Bucher. Verhoff back to Iginla, walking in, firing that one into Waltz's body, and there's a loose puck at the side of the goal, and they score again. Right in the right place again, Brody Gillespie. 3-0 for Kelowna on a pair of late power play goals here in this opening period. The initial shot was blocked and it just bounced nicely for Gillespie, who simply tapped it in at the side of the goal. That's 2 goals in just 41 seconds here for Kelowna, both on the power play to make it 3-0. Jacobson off the boards ahead to Dewar. His pass is picked off by Verhoff.
Third goal, scored by number 17.
This is Leonard up to Salikov. Off the glass. Leonard holding the zone nicely. Salikov has it again. Walker will take over, and a glove pass is going to be whistled here. So bring play to a halt and take the face-off outside of Bronco territory. Only 18.4 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Jacobson plays it forward for Dewar, who let it go. Leonard slapping at it. Comes now to Dryden Ekstrom. Off the boards. Open ice. That's going to do it here for this first period. Final seconds ticking down. There's the horn, and what a first period for Rink Hockey Academy Kelowna. They lead 3-0. Shots on goal that period, 30-5 in favor of Kelowna. Take a look at the scoring summary now. At the 2:35 mark, Kelowna got on the board. Owen McCarthy got his second of the tournament. Theo Salikov getting the lone assist. Then at 5, Jones to here in the offensive zone again. Arena here. It's a strike quickly at the start of the second period. They trail 3-0 here. They were outshot very badly in the first period, 30-5. And they're going to go to a power play here as a tripping call is going to be issued to Adam Shapitka. So Shapitka to the box for tripping, and Humboldt will get their second man advantage opportunity of the game. This will be the first one that they've had to start right from the full 2 minutes, as opposed to beginning after another penalty ends. So glad you could be here on your Friday, I guess afternoon/morning, depending where you're watching from. My name is Grayson Knutson. Catch all of the John Reid Memorial Tournament right here on Hockey TV. Rink Kelowna will get an early clear. Wyatt Fleischhacker out to stop it. Kelowna has 2 power play goals in the game. They scored them both late in that first period. We'll see if the Broncos can get one back with a man advantage of their own. Well, they've turned it over here in the offensive zone. Iginla looking for that one-timer, and he swung and missed. Smith with a steal behind the net. Dishes off. Here's Gillespie. Toe drag shot stopped by Fleischhacker. It's a Humboldt power play, but the best chances have come from Kelowna. Gillespie coming off the bench there. Walked into that one. 1:31 left of power play time for the team from Saskatchewan. Bucher getting things organized behind his own net. Or pardon me, that's McIver, 6, not 8. Pass comes now to Rory Dewar. Dewar towards the goal. It deflects away, and an opportunity taken advantage of to clear by Aaron Zelinik. Fleischhacker flings this one forward. Dewar will glove it down. Leaves it there for his defenseman Vidras, who had it poked away. McIver behind his own net, getting it organized. Vidras. McIver again. Humboldt can't find a way into the offensive zone here. 40 seconds left power play time. Hamilton. Dewar to the point. Jacobson now to Bucher. Bucher shot. That one hit a leg and comes to this near side. Played around the net now. McCarthy gives Dewar a bit of a shove. Jacobson finds it. Jones to the point. Worked around to Bucher. Fires into the glove. Rebound is there. And eventually falling on top of it is Calder-Berry. First shots on goal in a long while here for Humboldt. They sat on 5 in that first period for quite a long time. Hamilton is out there with Carson Ekstrom, also with Cohen Harris. Jacobson just did a good job to hold the line. Bucher dishes off. Look for Hamilton, glove save by Berry. Might have been going wide, but Calder-Berry made sure. 1 second left until Shapitka returns from the sin bin. Face off to Berry's left. So Humboldt, no goals on the power play, but they were able to generate a little bit of offense once they got into the zone. Shapitka right out of the box and into the play as he dumps it in. He'll go off for a change. Waltz tracks it down in the offensive zone, bothered by Jacobson. Carson Ekstrom pinned up against the wall. Kelowna comes up with a steal. Iginla circling around, trying to get away from Jacobson. Waltz in front. Smith missed. Iginla, shot scored! Joe Iginla able to slide that one underneath of Fleischhacker, and it's 4-0 for Rink Kelowna. It looked like the initial chance had been missed, but Iginla was a little bit further back, and he was ready just in case. able to sneak it through Fleischhacker. And that's going to make it a 4-0 game here. Just 2:59 into the second period. Heidecker in his own zone. Brings it around the boards. Iginla not able to get it by McIver. Barry out to play it. He'll leave it there for Heidecker. Knocked down with a high stick, but Smith touches it to negate that. And now maybe a chance for Iginla again. He's forced a little wide here. McIver gives him a bump. They continue to battle, and it's worked forward here to Brendan Jones and on to number 24, Preston Hoppy. And a penalty coming up.
And number 19, Cage Smith. Time of the goal, 17:01.
It's going to be head contact here against Brock Heidecker. So Humboldt will go back to the power play. Just a 2-minute head contact minor. Third power play of the game for the Broncos, who are 0 for 2 thus far. That last goal from Iginla, the assists were going to Cruz Waltz and to Cage Smith. So a couple of assists now for Waltz. Iginla up to 3 points on the game. Here's Bucher off the one face-off. Across to Jacobson. Back up top, Bucher. Fakes, now takes. Held on to by Barry. Dane Bucher, an impressive player, the number 8 for Humboldt. 30 goals, 32 assists in 19 league games. Those are pretty astonishing numbers. Sure, he's got some scouts' eyes on him, and there are a bunch of them here at the John Reed Memorial, as per usual. It's a who's who of the scouting world at this tournament every year. There's a chance. That one blocked neatly in front. Getting in the way was Pantelis. Jacobson holds the zone. Harris gives it back to Jacobson. Now Bucher. Further on, Hamilton across, looking for Harris. A little bit too much mustard on it. Got caught in the skates there of Jacobson. Can Gillespie get by him? He can. Gillespie, shorthanded break. Stopped by Fleischhacker. And he'll put the glove on it and get a whistle. Good rush there by Brody Gillespie. Just dashing in there. Angle wasn't great. He couldn't do much aside from get that shot off. And Fleischhacker, he knew it, made the save. Here's Bucher. Captain for Humboldt. Look at the speed here. Maybe a little bit too fast for his own good as he's turned it over. And this time it's Salikov looking to go on a break. Take it away from him. This one could be icing, and it is against Humboldt. As Bucher's fast, not quite that fast to catch up with that one. 57 seconds left of power play time for the Broncos to work with. But they're going to have to start from their own end once again. Face off to the right of their own net. Gillespie getting ready to take this face off against Caden Stroder, the Lanigan, Saskatchewan product. Here's Verhoff. Verhoff almost stumbled and lost the puck, but able to maintain possession. Jacobson to Bucher. Back to Jacobson and Bucher once again. Little head fake on Gillespie. It's turned back by Bodel. Up to Dewar. Pass it in the middle, and here come the Broncos. Bodel with a good tie up there to prevent the shots, and Verhoff will take over. Jacobson and Bodel battling. Jacobson made a move while falling. Now Dewar into the slot, and there's a hit that's going to be a penalty on Gillespie as soon as the Kelowna boys touch the puck. Bucher still with it. Bucher walking around, dishing off. It's going to sneak through, and I wonder if there's going to be a second penalty now. There is going to be one for interference, one for roughing. And so there were some people here shouting for Humboldt to just give the puck away so they could have a brief 5-on-3. Instead, they held possession, and Carson Ekstrom gets called for roughing. So that's a bit of a mistake there from Humboldt. The initial penalty was against Gillespie for interference. So we'll play 1 second to 4-on-3, and then Heidecker will return, and we'll be 4-on-4. Well, now they're going to say it's going to be 5-on-4. This makes sense as well. And now we're back to 5-on-5. Long shot from the point is blocked. Walker finds the rebound. Keep that one away. It's flung towards the net by Hamilton, wide. Hoppy comes together with his man, but Kelowna able to get this one out. Walker goes back to the defenseman McCarthy. Pantelis, his pass didn't connect with anyone. That's going to be icing here. Minute 37 left in those coincidental minors. They don't normally put them up on the board if they're not going to take players off, but they're both on the big board here at Go Auto. Face off to the right of Barrie as Bodel. And well, he was going to square off there with Hamilton. Hamilton gets the boot, and Harris will take over. One back, McIver missed it at the blue line, so he has to race back to his own end. Watched closely by Walker. Gave that one away to Bodel. Bodel had it poked free. Walker to McCarthy, wasn't quite ready for it. He backtracks now. Under pressure from Harris, Walker sends it back into the offensive zone, and McIver will retreat. Ganda, aggressive forecheck. Came away with the puck for a half second. They're still tied up. Ganda in front. Fleischhacker got a piece of it. McCarthy sent it back down low to Walker. Again, battling with McIver. And the Broncos send this one down the ice. Doesn't have enough on it for icing. It does. So we'll have another face-off inside Humboldt territory. Shots this period actually 4-3 in favor of the Broncos. After they were outshot so badly in that opening frame. Haven't been able to generate much in the way of offense though yet. Lots of time left, but can't let this lead get much bigger for Kelowna. Here's Iginla. Waltz around the net. Oh, Smith had an open net and he just missed. Would have had to elevate it too, but the opportunity was definitely there. Smith threw it in front, and the Broncos will look to move it out. They can't, as it's held in by Heidecker. This time it will come back to the neutral zone. Zelenik, watched closely by his opposite number, Hoppy. Bouncing puck, Reeves swinging at it, comes to Smith. Iginla was just bumped offside, so the whistle blows. John Reed Memorial Tournament would like to thank Best Western Hotels for sponsoring the tournament medals. Of course, we'll hand those out on Sunday. Lots of exciting hockey still to come before then. We've got to figure out who's going to play on which side of the bracket. Top two will go to the winner's bracket, quarterfinals. And the bottom two in each group will advance to a consolation side. Verhoff moves that one forward as Shapitka played it ahead. Leonard. Fadoon. He's got Salikov with him. Fadoon to the blue line. Leonard, bouncing puck, couldn't handle it. And it will come out. Verhoff. Shapitka. Jacobson gives him a bump. Fadoon following up. Overskated it though. Verhoff at the point. Trying to send it down low. Jacobson in the way once again. Jacobson off the glass. Verhoff not able to glove it down. Under pressure here from Bucher. Verhoff though able to escape. Move it forward. That one hit the lines person. Bounces to Salikov. Salikov shot, and Fleischhacker got a piece of it. Walker taken to the boards there by Vidras. Pass in front, broken up by Jacobson. Salikov trying it again. Spinning, firing. That one's sitting right in front of the crease and eventually skated away by Cameron Jacobson. Bucher, he's going to try to race after this one, prevent icing, and he's done it. All tangled up with Verhoff. They continue to battle. That might be a battle you see in the dub soon. Bucher and Verhoff. I guess unless, they're, of course, they're on the same team. Here comes Ganda. Ganda coming in, shot, and it's off the arm of Fleischhacker. McCarthy will send it back in the offensive zone. Bodel. Walker's open in front. Bodel didn't spot him, and the Broncos will take over. Here comes Beckett Hamilton out of Saskatoon. Hamilton pass across, just out of the reach there of Harris. Harris, Hamilton, not on the same page as it comes to this near side. Smith sneaks by the defenseman. Still Smith with it. Cage Smith. There's a shot from Pantelis that's blocked. Walker finds a loose puck behind the net. Leaves for Smith. Walker near side boards. Back to Smith down low. Waltz is hanging out in front of the net. Smith spins away, trying to stuff it in. Waltz following up. Smith still banging away. And skating away with it is Wegleitner. Dumped in by Jones, and the Broncos make a wholesale change here, so a little bit of time for Georgios Pantelis. Dodges one check. Still Pantelis. Fighting off Reeve here. Leaving it for Smith. Smith in front. Fleischhacker got a stick on it. Waltz to the point for McCarthy. Off the bench is Heidecker, one-timer. Didn't catch it as cleanly as he was hoping. Waltz to the net. That one will go all the way across. Iginla finds it on the far side. Joe Iginla gets sandwiched there by Hoppy and another Bronco. Waltz finds it, tip in front, and picked up by Hamilton. Gets it by Zelenik. This one is rolling on its edge, so it's not going to be icing, they say. Thought it was going to have enough, but the linesperson ruled it was close enough to touch, and that's offside.
We would like to thank Westwest.
Past the midway mark of this contest, 9:08 to go second period. Shots are 34-9 in favor of Kelowna, who lead 4-0. Linesman and the referee having a discussion, possibly about the last icing call. Here's Heidecker poking it. Heidecker stumbled. Zelenik, though, covering for him. Watched closely by Ekstrom. That's Carson Ekstrom. In the middle, Dewar trying to throw a hit there as Fadoon cutting across. Jacobson behind his net. Fadoon charging hard, gives him a bump. Dewar finds it again. Dewar long feed. Just behind Ekstrom. No icing here. Verhoff back on it against Hamilton. Zelenik looking for Leonard. Everybody's tied up. Hamilton towards the net. Zelenik in the way, and he'll play it around. Salikov left it for Fadoon. Salikov has it back. That time Ekstrom was more interested in the hit than the puck, and he's going to get penalized for it. Jacobson touches up, and Ekstrom is going to the box for kneeing. See if it's 2 or 4 here. Looked pretty innocent, but it is going to be 4 minutes for kneeing here against Ekstrom. Bit of a grin on his face as he goes to the box. So lots of power play time here for Kelowna. They're 2 for 3 so far, and they'll get a couple more cracks now with a double minor. Played back to the point for Pantelis. Over to Verhoff. Verhoff to Pantelis. Worked around to Iginla. There's Iginla again. Pantelis with time. Lets it go. That one is deflected to this near side. Verhoff has it. Pass across the ice. Pantelis kicks it ahead.
4 minutes for
Waltz.
Time of the penalty, 8:05.
Iginla gets it to Waltz. Gillespie in front. Everybody banging away. It's underneath Fleischhacker, and he's got it covered up. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left of power play time here for Kelowna to work with. They're going to send out, looks like the same unit's going to stay. It's Gillespie, Waltz, Iginla, Pantelis, and Verhoff. Face-off won by Gillespie. Here's Pantelis. Back to him. Watched closely by Wegleitner. Iginla cutting in. That one is blocked. Verhoff finds it on the near side boards. Keaton Verhoff leaves for Pantelis. Bouncing puck. Harris not able to get it clear. Verhoff finds it again. Wheeling around the offensive zone as the big defenseman. Pass in front, gets through everybody. And trying to get it out are the Broncos, just struggling to move it very far at the moment. Pantelis holds the zone. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Iginla. Around the net. Gives to Verhoff. Back to Pantelis. Verhoff, one-timer, sitting just wide of the net. Here's a quick shot from Iginla. That one is going to carry him back out to neutral ice. Long change in the second period, so if Humboldt's going to make swaps, it's got to be quick. Pass up the middle, connects with Verhoff. Verhoff wheeling. Watched closely there by Hamilton. Moves it now to Maddox Ganda. Bodal's out there as well now for Kelowna. McCarthy back to Bodal. Bodal across. And it just bounced away there from Leonard. Wegleiter, long shift for him. Leonard finds it. First minor's over. Leonard cutting in. Shot stopped. Rebound. Ganda went between the legs. And it's underneath one of the Bronco players. I think it's Hoppy. As long as he didn't cover it up in the crease, that's okay. If he did, that would have been a penalty shot. 1 minute, 49 seconds left in the Rink power play. Much needed change for that Bronco unit. Wegleiter and Dryden Extra were out there for a long time defensively. Referees went over to speak with both coaching staffs. Again, Jerome Iginla for the Rink Kelowna crew and Lee Hamilton for Humboldt. Probably just discussing that last play where the puck ended up underneath of Hoppy. Kelowna perhaps asking why wasn't that a penalty shot. Didn't look like it was covered up in the crease by the non-goaltender. Leonard. Ganda will tip it, but it will go right to a Bronco player. Sending it all the way down was Dewar. Owen McCarthy getting things organized from his own end. Slings it back to Leonard. Leonard going around the net. Watched by Reeve and McIver. Finds McCarthy. Leonard across. Smith gets a return feed. Here comes Smith dishing off. Bodal. Reverse Smith. What a save. Fleischhacker. And another one with the blocker. Clever play by Kelowna. Fleischhacker, though, was equal to the task. Leonard shot stopped and held on to by Fleischhacker. 40th shot of the game already for Kelowna, which actually seems a little bit low now because they had 30 through the first period. Fleischhacker really had to stretch there, and he doesn't look comfortable coming up off of that one. He really had to reach up high to make that glove save. Maybe got a shot in the ribs too when he was exposed. Not 100% sure, but he does look a little bit uncomfortable at the moment. Referee just giving him an extra second or two. 1 minute left in the power play for Kelowna. Fadoun is out there now with Salikov and Walker. Heidecker and Zelinik on the points. This one just staying in. Here's Zelinik firing. That one's blocked, and he got it right back. Another one to the net. Walker spinning and firing, and Fleischhacker made the save. Walker, there's a shot there from Heidecker that will carry him back. Zelinik holding the zone under some pressure and leaking out here. Maybe an opportunity. This is Caden Stroder. Made a move. Stroder cutting in, and just getting back in time was Heidecker. Hamilton taking over now. Stroder still down low, and a penalty coming up against Heidecker as he tripped up Hamilton. So Heidecker to the box once more. We'll play 4-on-4 for 19 seconds, barring any further infractions. Good little opportunity on that last rush. Caden Stroder almost able to sneak through. Landon Wegleiter, I just saw go back to the dressing room. A couple of these Broncos are limping around out there. Also going back to the room is Colton Vidres, as that one is stopped by Barry. I'm not sure what was going on there. They were out there on that penalty kill for a long time. I'm not sure if that's maybe a cramp or something, but it was weird to see both of them kind of limp towards the dressing room in the same manner. Vidres is just trying to walk this thing off here. Doesn't quite look comfortable. Face-off is controlled by Rink, but they can't get it clear. Jacobson down low, Hamilton turning, dishing off. Here's Bucher. Bucher's shot getting in the way was for Hoff.
That's Heidecker, 2 minutes tripping at 4:20.
Back on the ice here is Carson Ekstrom, so it's a power play now for Humboldt for the next minute and 30 seconds as Joe Iginla takes the pass. Iginla cutting in the middle, takes a shot, getting just enough of it was Fleischhacker, and then he stopped that second attempt too from Smith. Bucher dishes off to Jacobson and gives it right back to the captain. Here he comes, Dane Bucher takes a shot. It just rose high. Nice hold at the line there by Hamilton and a nice move to get by Iginla. Here he comes, Hamilton taken down, no call. Jacobson settling it down, 55 seconds left on the power play. Jacobson down low, gets a return feed. Bucher up top. Here's Hamilton. Across the ice, was looking for Harris. It was broken up. Harris, Bucher. Hamilton, I don't think he was quite expecting it. Diving play there from Smith, didn't get it out. Across, Jacobson, a lane opens up. Dishes to Harris, he's trying to stuff it home, and Barry was down low. This one not out from Kelowna either. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Jacobson firing. Maybe it was more of a slap pass that time. Hamilton just flinging it. Hit a man. Iginla trying to get this thing clear. Diving again. He's tripped up Harris, and that's going to be a penalty against Joe Iginla. Bucher coming back in for Humboldt. Stops up. We've returned to 5-on-5, but it's 6-on-5 because Humboldt has the goalie out. Bucher taking it back in his own end, watched by Bodel. Passes it ahead. There's a pass up the middle. Here comes Jacobson. On a break, Jacobson just off the shaft of the stick of the goaltender Barry, and the rebound is eventually covered up. Good little burst there from Jacobson. Good recognition, too, to see that opening right up the middle. Take the pass and dash in. Joe Iginla, who went to the bench, knows that he is the guilty party, so he's already standing by the penalty boxes here. It's good sportsmanship from number 13. So this will be power play number 5 for Humboldt. It feels like they're close to breaking through, doesn't it? They're getting some more chances now. Maybe this will be the one that works for them. They've got Dewar and Stroder and Hoppy up front. Reeve is on one point. McIver mans the other point on this power play unit. The first unit getting a bit of a breather here. This is McIver for Reeve. Try to pass back across. Ganda got in the way. McIver couldn't hold the zone. So taking it back is Caden Stroder. Stroder's turned it over. Bodel trying to fight his way through. Just one too many white shirts in the way. Ganda down low for Bodel. As this group goes to work shorthanded, Bodel fights his way through. Really impressed with number 9 in this game for Kelowna. What a an effort he's put in here as Fleischhacker just pounces on a loose puck with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go in Iginla's penalty. Minute 23 left to go in period number 2. Shots 42-13 in favor of Kelowna. Top power play unit back on the ice for the Broncos. Brendan Jones sends it across to Beckett Hamilton. Back to Bucher. Waltz all over him, comes up with a steal. Gillespie in front, shorthanded. Oh, he just couldn't stuff it home. Fleischhacker did a good job coming out to cut down the angle. Might have tripped him up too, but that's fair with the puck right there as we're into the final minute now of the period. Here comes Bucher. Poked away neatly by Pantelis. He'll poke it forward for Waltz. Gillespie joining him on the rush. That one's broken up, and I think a penalty is going to come up here against Humboldt. Tripping is the call. And this one is against Beckett Hamilton, so that power play was fairly short-lived for Humboldt. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 43 seconds. And it will be an abbreviated rink power play that will take place mostly in the third period. Fadoon squaring off here with Harris. Leonard gives his man a bump. Jacobson backhands it forward. Hoff finds it. Leonard trying to find it again. Dewar, though, in the way.
Hamilton, 2 minutes tripping.
Jacobson has his man Stick all tied up. Harris forward, and could be a trip there, but it's not going to be called as Schroeder went down. 15 seconds left in the period. Fadoon is on it. Fadoon, little toe drag around Jacobson. Dropped it off for Leonard. Leonard to Fadoon. Power play for Kelowna. Zelenik into the glove of Fleischhacker. 1.7 left on the clock. So this is now Kelowna's 6th power play of the game. 2 for 5 in their previous attempts. 1.7. There's definitely time to get a shot off here. It's got to be very fast, though. They say you need 0.3 of a second to shoot the puck from the dot into the net. This one I think you can win back, but it's got to be quick again, and instead Humboldt will win it, and that'll do it for period number 2. Rink Kelowna leading 4-0. Shots at frame 13 for Kelowna. Their game total now 43. 8 shots for Humboldt. They're up to 13 on the day. Just the one goal in that middle stanza coming at the 2:59 mark. Joe Iginla getting the goal. The assists going to Waltz and to number 19, that's Cage Smith. There's one other game going on at the moment. That one's over at the Mark Messier Arena. Midway through the third, Burnaby Winter Club leading the Canadian Athletic Club 4-1. Here at the Go Auto Arena, Rink. Humboldt would be 1-1 should the result. Very 44th annual John Reed Memorial Hockey Tournament is well underway. Rink Kelowna taking on Humboldt in this contest, and Rink is up 4-0 as we begin the third period. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. My name is Grayson Knutson. Don't forget you can catch all of the action here at the John Reed on Hockey TV as this one slapped down the ice. Broncos are shorthanded here for the next 55 seconds as Kelowna continues to work on an abbreviated power play, which began very late in the second period. Georgios Pantelis dishes off. Joe Iginla trying to give it back. Took a weird deflection thrown in front for Hoff. Takes a shot that goes high. And this one is going to carry him all the way back down into Kelowna territory. Iginla back on it. Dishes it off to the captain. Verhoff has a look around. Gillespie trying to fight his way in. Here comes Gillespie. Backhand scored! Snuck it 5-hole. Brody Gillespie's got 2 on the day, and it's 5-0 Kelowna. Power play goal. Just kind of Route 1 stuff, wasn't it? Go right up the middle. And Gillespie was able to slide it home 5-hole. Third power play goal of the game, too, for Kelowna. They've been effective special teams. They're 3 for 6. Held in at the line here by Reeve, who gets lit up. Maddox Ganda knocked him down as this puck goes out of play. Face-off will be to the left of the goaltender. That's Calder Barry, who really hasn't had a lot to do. Keaton Verhoff getting the lone assist on Gillespie's second of the game and third of the tournament. Both these teams came into the game at 1-0. Should Kelowna win, it would definitely put them in the driver's seat to get first place in the group. Playing in the Andiamo Electric division here. Andiamo Electric sponsor. Humboldt would be 1-1 should the results stay. And they play a very important game later today against Burnaby Winter Club, who are leading the other game right now against Canadian Athletic Club. So that would be to decide who would get second. Bodel trying to get around McIver. Bodel stopping up. Spinning away from McIver again. Fadoon. Salikov in front. Comes back to McCarthy. McCarthy lets it fly. It's off the leg and comes to Bodel. Watched closely again by McIver. Pass in front will deflect forward, and Stroder. He didn't get it out, did he? Had a chance and couldn't do it. Reeve will slap at it. Stroder waiting for it, but kicked it the wrong way. Fadoon to the middle. That one was blocked. Stroder's got it once more. This time off the glass and to neutral ice, where it's picked up by Harris. Cohen Harris quickly stopped up by Pantelis, and back the other way comes Walker. Brady Walker out of Montrose, BC. Turns that one over to Brendan Jones. And man up the middle, Carson Ekstrom was streaking. Couldn't connect with him as Pantelis takes it back. Holding it in here is Landon Wegleitner. That shot was stopped by Barry. So Wegleitner able to shake off whatever was ailing him. Sent him back to the dressing room, so that's good news. And Wegleitner throws a big hit, but he's going to get penalized. Freed from the boards momentarily. Now Verhoff lets it go to Walker. Walker, McCarthy, toe drag, shot blocked by Harris. Then Verhoff sends it down deep. Bucher. Slapping at that one was Ekstrom, not able to get it clear. Verhoff walking in. Verhoff across, didn't get through. Leonard shot. That one's wide. Another chance, sitting in the crease, cleared away. Leonard open net, scored. Cash Leonard able to slide another one home as Rink converts the touchdown. It's 7-0. Pressure just continued there from Rink Kelowna, and eventually they were able to sneak it in, increasing their lead to 7. Selinik sends that one across. Shapitka's pass for Walker is just out of reach, and it will go down for icing. Midway mark of the third period now as we get ready for a face-off to the left of goaltender Calder Berry, who has made a grand total of 1 save in this third period, 14 on the day so far. Hoppy to the goal. That one will ring around, and McIver's not going to be able to keep it in. Pardon me, that's number 5, Vedras, not 6, McIver. Vedras was also a little bit banged up or cramping or something, so it's good to see him out there as well.
And number 18, Keaton Earhart. Time of the goal, 10:37.
Shapitka
Leonard
starting out from behind his own net.
and Earhart at 10:37.
Theo Salikov and Keaton Verhoff getting the assists on Cash Leonard's goal. So Verhoff now with a couple of goals and an assist. Here's Zelinik into the slot for Bodel. Diving block. And then Salikov couldn't sweep it on net. Here's Gillespie. Ran into trouble there. Harris fanned on the first attempt, then got it out. Pantelis. Keeping an eye on him was Harris. Pantelis smooth turn and a pass ahead for Gillespie. Dewar. Heidecker, blocker save by Fleischacker. Gillespie pinned by Reeve. There's a chance off the underside of the bar from Bodel. Ganda across and just out of the reach of Gillespie. Benjamin Bodel has done everything but put the puck in the net here this morning for Kelowna. Pantelis. He and Heidecker didn't have the same mindset there. One zigged, the other zagged. Kelowna does still have the puck though as Gillespie comes in. Gillespie shot, blocker save again by Fleischacker. In front, Gillespie just missed. Good look there for number 17 as he looks for the hat trick. Pantelis to the net. That one stopped as well. Save number 50 for Fleischacker. Pantelis again. Ripped that one wide, and Heidecker not going to be able to hold the zone. No icing here as McIver's watched closely by Bodel. Pass up the boards. Jones across. Here comes Dewar. Dewar trying to sneak by McCarthy. Verhoff cuts him off. McGinley sends it across. Reaching for a return feed, didn't come. Up the middle and not able to make contact with that one was Hamilton. So the faceoff will come down on the icing call. Back to Bronco territory. Clock continuing to tick off here. We've got just over 6.5 minutes left to play. Third period. moved forward here to Jones. Jones across the ice, taking it is Hamilton. Bucher going to the net. He's got it behind the goal now. Fairly quiet in this third period, Dane Bucher. Ekstrom has Dryden playing it forward. Smith looking for Iginla, broken up by Ekstrom. All over him is Brendan Jones out of Ormond, Saskatchewan. Comes back to McCarthy. Here's Iginla. Oh, that could have been not great there from Wegleitner, but fortunately everybody seems to be okay. McCarthy watched closely now by Carson Ekstrom. The Ekstrom's out of Wadena. This pass is going to go too far, and it will be icing against Kelowna, so the face-off coming back down into their territory. Big shout-out to Elite Promotional Marketing for sponsoring all of the tournament awards and trophies. Also like to say thanks to St. Albert Source for Sports for their continued support of the John Reed Memorial. And stay tuned post-game as we'll hand out our MVP and Heart and Hustle awards. That'll be following the horn and the handshakes as Kelowna have iced the puck once more. And this won't bother them too much. Clock is running. And both these teams have to play again. Humboldt at 7 o'clock, so 8 o'clock Central Time against Burnaby Winter Club. Kelowna will be back on the ice at 6:45 local. That's 5:45 Pacific against the Canadian Athletic Club from Edmonton. Verhoff moves it forward for Leonard. Hoppy trying to hold the zone, can't do it. Here comes Fadoon, born in Switzerland. He's on it now behind the net. Threw it in front. Hoppy takes over. Verhoff sends it back. McCarthy has to chase. Verhoff dodges one. Moves it forward for Walker. Walker into the middle for Fadoon. Hamilton having a look around. Long pass ahead. Off the skate there of Stroder. Bodel offside is the call. Gillespie just a little bit ahead of the play there. 3.5 to go. Face off just outside Bronco territory on this near side. Here's Zelenik. Sends a pass over to Bodel. He'll dump it in. Fleischhacker out to stop it. That clearing attempt hit Ganda. Bump there from Bodel. Gillespie collects in the neutral zone. Goes back to Zelenik out of Kamloops. Left it there for Shapitka. He's from Cranbrook, BC. A lot of the Rink Academy players are from the interior. A couple from Washington, as mentioned. A couple from Alberta as well. Gillespie behind the net. In front, Bodel fires, and that was up the shaft of Fleischhacker's stick. Zelenik will chase this one. It's on edge. It might roll for icing. Oh, they've waved it off now. Zelenik under pressure here from Stroder. Turnover, and just not able to reach that one in time for the Broncos. This one is going to go for icing, no doubt about it. Under 2 minutes left to play.
Please stay tuned after the game for our presentation of Game MVP and Heart and Hustle Awards.
Another face-off down in the Kelowna zone. What an impressive performance from this Rink Hockey Academy team out of Kelowna. They've been on the front foot since puck drop. Jumping out to a huge lead on the shot clock, getting an early goal. Fleischhacker made some unreal saves to keep Humboldt in it in that first period, which they were dominated. Settled down a little bit, did the Broncos, but just couldn't quite find a breakthrough on this day, and maybe if they had found a goal early, might have changed their fortune slightly, but this one appears to be done and dusted here as we've got about 1:10 left to go with another face-off down inside Kelowna territory.
Last minute play in the third period.
Bucher sends it below the goal line. Gathering it in here is Heidecker, held in by McIver. Bouncing puck will jump over the stick there of Harris. Harris has got it back now, working with Jones and Bucher. Bucher behind the net. Back up top to McIver. Wrist shot, stopped, rebound. Is there? Harris scored! There will be no shutout today as Cohen Harris bangs one home. A little bit of a consolation here for the Broncos, but that's still going to feel pretty good for Harris. And in the final minute, makes it 7-1, and with not enough time really to drop this puck, I think that's going to do it for this game. Players not even really interested in lining up. Rink Kelowna will come away with a 7-1 victory. Final shots on goal, 15 more for Kelowna. 58 is their game total, and only 3 for a game total of 20. Jones and McIver getting the assist on that goal. Call it at 19:35. With a running clock, it's tough to know exactly when that goes in. So 51 saves for Wyatt Fleischhacker in the Broncos net. What a game he had. 19 stops for Calder Berry for Kelowna. He was solid as well. That third period scoring summary quickly before we get to the presentations of the post-game awards. Just 55 seconds in on a power play. Brody Gillespie, third of the tournament, second of the game. Keaton Verhoff, the lone assist. The 6-0 goal was Joey Ginla's second of the contest, third of the tournament. Cruz Waltz and Gillespie getting the helpers. Then at 9:50, Cash Leonard, his first of the event. Theo Salikov and Verhoff with the assists. And then that late goal from Cohen Harris with the assists going to Brendan Jones and Merrick McIver. Now getting ready for those post-game awards. Game MVPs sponsored by Sir Dacney Hockey, and the Heart and Hustle Awards sponsored by Elite Promotional Marketing. Again, Humboldt playing at 7 o'clock local, 8 o'clock central tonight against Burnaby Winter Club. Kelowna back in action, 6:45 local, 5:45 Pacific against Canadian Athletic Club. Just making sure we have the awards ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Game MVP first.
Sponsored by Dacney Hockey. For the Rink Kelowna.
For Rink Kelowna, it is going to be Brody Gillespie. By my count, he had 2 goals and 2 assists in the game. Impressive performance from Gillespie.
For the Humboldt
And the game MVP for Humboldt is Wyatt Fleischhacker. And why not? 51 saves for the Bronco netminder. That one could have been a lot worse than 7-1, that's for sure. Well, Fleischhacker will get the post-game photo.
Heart and Hustle Awards.
Now time for the Heart and Hustle Awards.
Marketing.
Starting with Kelowna.
Number 22, Adam Schick.
Adam Shapitka getting the Heart and Hustle Award for Kelowna. Solid game for Double Deuces. Heart and Hustle for Humboldt
Number 11.
will be number 11, Cohen Harris, who got that late goal to break the shutout. Tough performance here for Humboldt, but Harris and the rest of the Broncos, they didn't quit the entire game. So give them credit for that. So that wraps up our coverage here at the Go Auto Arena. We'll be back for a 1:30 local start. It'll be a local contest too, as the St. Albert Sabres, the hosts, take on OHA Edmonton. That should be a very interesting matchup. Playoff implications definitely on the line there. So shout out to Doug and Chance on cameras. We had Jake and Yanis steering the ship as well. My name is Grayson Knutson. Thank you for watching. This has been the 2023 John Reid Memorial Tournament from St. Albert. We'll be back at 1:30 right here on Hockey TV.